I could.
Good evening, future monarchs. Welcome to our Information Night Drive-In. We are so excited to have you here. My name is Jennifer Hornbuckle. I am the Director of Admissions Marketing and a proud graduate of the class of 2003 from Mater Dei High School.
And I am Nathan Underwood. I am Associate Director of Admissions Marketing here. Thank you all so much for taking the time to come here. Give you guys, honk your horns. Give you guys a little horn. Thank you for being here. We're excited for all of our speakers that we're going to have for you tonight. Little exposure to all of our different programs. A couple of housekeeping items. You can tune in on your FM radio, 89.1. If you want to roll those windows up and keep the AC on. It's cooling off a little bit, actually, so maybe you want the heat on. I don't know, but 89.1 is there for you. One last thing, pay attention to this one. We are going to be doing a social media contest. If you log on to Instagram right now, go to search for @MaterDeiMonarchs. There is a post there that says excited to get our first ever drive-in information night going. Looks similar to the graphic that you're going to see on the screen there. Follow the instructions on the screen. So we need you to follow, like, and we need your comment with your name and school. And the winner is going to be getting a Nike swag pack that we will be announcing at the end. So go ahead and work on that as we go through our presentation.
We also hope that you are enjoying your Mater Dei swag bag. Look inside. We have a Chick-fil-A entree card from our local Chick-fil-A down on Bristol and MacArthur. We have some campus ministry stress cubes. Who doesn't need a stress cube right now? And lots of other goodies in there. And now we are going to start everything that we do at Mater Dei in prayer. I'd like to introduce to the stage Ms. Helen Steves, Director of Campus Ministry and one of our Campus Ministry Commissioners.
Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege to introduce to you Ms. Isabel Tran, one of our Campus Ministry Commissioners, who has prepared and will bless you with our prayer this evening. One of the hallmarks of the spirituality here at Mater Dei is the wonderful leadership our young people take in leading us in our faith. My friends, let us join together.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us all here this evening for our drive-in information night. As we begin this evening, we ask that you calm our minds, our hearts, and our souls. Let us now pause to take a step back to reflect and lift up our intentions to our Heavenly Father. We pause to lift up to you all of our Mater Dei students, faculty, staff, and parents as we embark on this unique school year together. We pause to pray that your gifts of peace and justice wash over us. We pause to pray that your strength overcomes all of our weaknesses. We pause to lift up all of the intentions that we hold dear in our hearts. As we conclude this prayer, we pray that the Lord bless us and keep us always through this song performed by the Chambers Choir.
good God bless each and every one of you on your unique journey to finding the right high school for you. And we ask you this, ask our God to bless you in his name, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. And it is now my privilege to welcome to the stage Miss Frances Clare, Principal of Mater Dei High School. Let's welcome Miss Clare.
Well, good evening, everyone, and a very, very warm welcome to the class of 2025. It's so good to see all of you here on our first ever drive-in information night. And if you happen to be an alumni of Mater Dei, honk your horns. If you're an alumnus, all right, welcome. We're happy to have you here tonight. And we seriously wish that we could talk to you, introduce you to our wonderful students and personnel in person. But there's a big virus called COVID-19, and it's forcing us to do things very, very differently this evening. And so as we begin this evening, I want to introduce to you some very important people here at Mater Dei, and they are the members of our administrative team. First of all, our president, Father Steve Salat. You'll hear from him in a little bit. We have Mrs. Erica Adams, who is the vice president of advancement. Our assistant principal of academics, technology, and athletics, Mrs. Jerry Campo, whom you'll hear from in just a minute. Our assistant principal of faculty services, Mrs. Molly Chase, also Mater Dei alum. And Mr. Miguel Gutierrez, who is the assistant principal of Student Services. And I know you've already met our admissions directors, Mrs. Hornbuckle and Mr. Underwood. So we're all very, very happy to have you here this evening. I want to say just a few words about the students who attend Mater Dei, because those of us who are fortunate to be here are extremely proud of each and every student in this school. You know, they're a vibrant group, proud of their school and determined to go forward in life, knowing that they're well prepared for endless possibilities in their futures. We have a rigorous academic curriculum, outstanding programs in the arts, award-winning athletic programs, a spirited and very proud ASP, spiritual and religious formation through campus ministry and in our religious studies courses. And all of this education takes place in state-of-the-art and ever-developing facilities. Each year, every year, 99% of our graduating seniors attend a college or university of choice, from the Ivy League universities to private universities to the University of California, the Cal States, and community colleges. We are a school of close to 2,200 students with an average class size in normal times of 28 students. In these COVID times, it's 12 to 14 students in a classroom. And that is in the core subject areas, and there are many smaller communities within this large high school community. Our faculty and staff are the best that you will find in any high school. They're credentialed, and many of them have master's degrees in their subject area. And each and every one is student-centered, working to give students every opportunity to fulfill their dreams of success in high school and beyond. And yes, here at Mater Dei, students, find a home away from home as they continue to develop into well-rounded, caring, compassionate, and respectful young people. Now, I understand that on Thursday, you have a further opportunity to learn more about the mission and philosophy of our school as you Zoom with our directors who couldn't be here this evening and our head coaches of the different programs. So I hope that you will gather all of the information tonight that you can, and then again on Thursday, all of the information that you ever wanted to know about Mater Dei High School. We're delighted you're here this evening, even though things are different. And now, I'm very happy to introduce a video presentation from the president of Mater Dei High School, Father Steve Salat. He's going to be on video. Thank you.
Hello there, I'm Father Steve Salat, the class of 1972, here from Mater Dei High School, a time when dinosaurs still roamed the earth. I'm back again as president of Mater Dei High School, as well as remaining pastor of a local parish church. Welcome to this wonderful evening where you get to see and sense and experience a bit of what makes Mater Dei so great. It's an amazing place. It's been around here almost 70 years. When it began here in Santa Ana on this particular place, there was a dairy farm right across the street. And today, it is not only known in Orange County, but it's known on a national and an international level. But what makes Mater Dei so great is not just the facilities, it's not just the space, it's who fills the space. And that's why we'd like to invite you, whether you come from a local Catholic elementary school or a private school or a public school, to come and experience this great place of Mater Dei High School. We think you will love to be part of it, and we would love to have you part of this experience. So as we now move forward into the rest of the evening, please know that we look forward to meeting you, not just virtually, but face-to-face soon enough. This great school of Mater Dei, which is dedicated under the grace of the Blessed Mother, Mary Mater Dei, may she protect you, your family, and this great place. Now, during the COVID time, we all kind of ground to a stop in mid-March, and everybody kind of wondered, what's going to happen next? Mater Dei didn't wait to see what would happen next, but Mater Dei, with its great faculty and staff and administration, plunged ahead to create a great educational experience in the past 6 months and as we move forward into the future. It's really because of the dedicated and amazing staff and teachers and administration that we have here at this school that we didn't stop. We kept going even to greater things. We'd like you to be part of that greater thing called Mater Dei. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Father Steve and Miss Claire. We are blessed to have your leadership here at Mater Dei High School. And now I have the pleasure of introducing our Assistant Principal of Academics and Technology, Mrs. Jerry Campo.
Oh, I've always wanted walk-up music. Good evening. Welcome to Mater Dei. As Miss Claire said, I am Jerry Campo. I'm the Assistant Principal for Academics, Technology, and Athletics. It is my privilege to speak to you for just a few minutes tonight about why Mater Dei. First of all, besides being an alum, I am also the proud parent of 2 Mater Dei graduates. Making the decision to send our kids to Mater Dei is the best decision we could have ever made. But my reasons might surprise you. I know that choosing a high school is a big decision, and you have lots of great choices, as there are many good high schools out there. And as you discern your decision, you will likely be dazzled with buzzwords like magnets and IB programs, or convinced that the only way to your dream college is through the halls of their particular school. Well, I could also participate in that and stand here and dazzle you
with our 26 AP and 36 honors classes. Our partnership with Santa Ana College, which offers students a biomedical certificate, allowing them to work in the medical field during high school and college. I am certain I could further impress you with our STEM distinction program, our robotics team for future engineers and programmers. And yes, we have an award-winning technology program and have been recognized by Apple for the last 9 years as a distinguished high school because of our innovative approach to education. But excellence doesn't happen by accident. And sustaining that excellence for over 70 years doesn't happen without a great culture. The achievement of modern-day students are the byproducts of that culture. At Modern Day, we are always in pursuit of high ideals and believe that if we set the expectations that drive behaviors, it will lead to outcomes our students never imagined when they first stepped onto Heisman Lane. But setting those expectations starts with filling our campus with the most caring teachers you will find anywhere, and recognizing that the majority of students are not in honors and AP classes. So we must also offer a wealth of support services for students with academic challenges and learning differences. Our philosophy at Modern Day is simple: to promote the well-being of the whole child who is engaged in his or her learning process, which is critical because it's a critical time in our history. This is a hinge moment between the print and digital worlds, and it is a moment which has been accelerated by our current pandemic. We must respond by educating today's students in a way that is very different than how we as adults were educated. Because the downside to this shift is that we are also experiencing a current educational climate, and a society for that matter, that values productivity over process. Student identities are wrapped around the idea that if they do more, somehow they will be more. We've become too focused on test scores and performance, which is also why we have cheating scandals, college admission scandals, and standardized test fraud. It is my hope that this pandemic has taught us to slow down and recognize what's important, the importance of a high school education. At Modern Day, we believe in cultivating the inner experience. It is about being first, and let the doing flow from there. Our value as humans is inherent, and success is measured over the course of a lifetime, not the course of a semester. When you're 30, nobody is going to care about how many honors classes you took or your GPA. People will care about the person you become and the difference you make in the lives of the people around you. It is your character that will define success more than grades. So we hope that starts while you are in high school. And I know it will start if you choose this great high school. All the research points to one thing when it comes to success in high school, college, and beyond, and that is being engaged. So by that fact alone, you should choose Modern Day because it will offer you so many opportunities to be engaged in this community, both in and, more importantly, outside of the classroom. Service to others, diversity, community, faith, and family are the foundation of this school and what makes it so special. And while I have come to the end of my high school experience as a parent, I say again that it was the best investment and best decision we could have ever made. Because to invest in a modern day education is to invest in the future innovators, artists, leaders, and difference makers of tomorrow. And as part of that investment, I am pleased to end my remarks with an announcement of a new partnership that Modern Day has engaged in with CHOC Hospital. With this partnership, we will be able to design educational programs that focus on the mental health of our students, and we will blaze a trail in providing the best social emotional education anywhere in Orange County. And for the record, when CHOC was making the decision on which high school it wanted to partner with, there was only one choice: Modern Day High School. Now, please direct your attention to the screen for a short video with this exciting partnership.
One of the main reasons why we really focused on expanding our wellness program here at Mater Dei High School and in the counseling department is because we recognize that there is a rising increase amongst adolescents nationally and internationally as it relates to anxiety and emotional distress.
One of the things we've really been learning recently is that students, particularly students from high-performing high schools, are at more risk for issues with wellness than we had previously known. And when we look at the decade from 2007 to 2017, suicides increased by more in Orange County than any other county in the United States. We saw a pretty drastic growth, I think up by about 45%. We also saw an increase in the number of high school students being diagnosed with depression. I think that was up by about 17%. One of our healthcare partners has seen a 165% increase in the number of requests for mental health services since COVID began as compared to the year before. One of our postdoctoral fellows will be on campus 4 days a week and be able to work closely with the counseling staff. In addition, we have licensed psychologists working with her and with the school to help develop those programs. And then we also have what we call a practicum student, which is someone who's still in doctoral training, who will be available to see students as well. And so the services will be a couple-fold, right? There'll be consultation where if a teacher's like, I don't know, how can I best help support a student? Or, hey, if I wanted to do some wellness activities in the classroom, what might be some things that you would suggest so we can work on that?
So who remembers how to meditate? Put your hands on your lap or your knees, on top of your desks.
I think more and more schools and high schools in particular are starting to really look at how do we support students, how do we teach them resiliency skills so that they can do well and reach their full potential, and that maybe we can actually forestall mental health difficulties happening.
Students, if they would like to see one of these CHOC team members, all they have to do is ask. The team members are available to assist our students one-on-one, but they're also available to assist the counselors as relates to any mental health needs as they arise throughout the school day.
I'm super excited because I think we're going to build a really robust program, and we're just thrilled to enter into this partnership with Mater Dei.
Wow. Being a mom of 2 small kids, not having to really think about that or not knowing I had to think about it. I love that I work for a high school who is so forward thinking that we're getting this program set up and in place, especially for our next class. Great stuff coming with CHOC Hospital, and we're really excited about this partnership. Now, I would like to welcome to the stage our ASB president for the class of 2021, Ms. Kailia Utley.
Good evening. My name is Kailia Utley. I'm the ASB president and a senior here at Mater Dei. I know many of you are beginning to make the important decision of where to attend school in the coming years and might be a little overwhelmed, so I hope to bring you some clarity and ease to this process. I distinctly remember making my decision and all the factors that went into choosing Mater Dei, but there are 2 reasons that really solidified why I am standing here today. The first of those reasons was the need for a community. I knew I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself and be immersed in as supportive of an environment as I could possibly find. 4 years later, I can safely say that every day I have stepped on campus, I have been able to feel that sense of community. When you're on campus, you will always see the words, "We are MD." I never thought much of it until my religion teacher this year taught me the meaning behind these 3 words. We are MD, Mater Dei, the Mother of God, and our purpose is to bring Jesus Christ into our world. But even more generally, we are to bring goodness into our world. Everywhere you look on campus, you can always find someone ready to help you with anything you need. Everyone here wants you to succeed, but they are also not afraid to challenge you so that you can continue to grow and develop into a better student and person. The second reason I chose Mater Dei was the ability to be involved in a variety of many different activities. Here, I have been given the opportunity to be very involved outside the classroom in ASB, varsity swim, in which the last 2 years I've been a captain, the campus ministry club, a friend in need club as the vice president, CSF, NHS, and dance. Inside the classroom, I have still had the opportunity to challenge myself in a number of AP and honors classes, and outside of school in general, I've been able to participate in my club swim team that practices year-round. My favorite thing about being a part of so many different groups here on campus is that I've been able to meet and work with the most extraordinary people. I have learned so much about myself and others through all these experiences, and I know I would not be the person I am today without having been a part of each and every one of these activities. Not only that, I have found my true passions that I wish to carry on with me into the next chapter of my life. I truly believe that through everything I've learned and through all my experiences at Mater Dei, I have found the college that is the best fit for me, and I know I will be ready for whatever comes my way at Vanderbilt next year. I'm sure you will hear time and time again throughout your decision process to get involved, and I remember sitting there thinking it to be very redundant whenever I heard that, but I now understand their reasons for stressing that piece of advice. Getting involved is really the best way to get as much as possible out of your high school experience. As I will carry on this suggestion to you, I will also add to not be afraid to challenge yourself. High school is a time that really helps shape who you are as a human being, and being able to overcome many different challenges molds you into the best version of yourself. I hope I've been able to help guide you in your decision process in some way, because I know how intimidating and stressful choosing a high school can be. I will say, though, if you do decide to come to Mater Dei, I promise you will not regret your decision. Thank you.
Good evening, future Monarch families. My name is Erica Adams, and I am the Vice President of Advancement here at Mater Dei. I am also a proud parent of the class of 2020. My son, Ben, just graduated. I'm also the aunt of a Mater Dei graduate and the first and second cousin to countless Monarchs. Yes, it's obvious my family loves Mater Dei, and I think it's obvious by now that we want you to become a part of our family. As you can see here tonight, we pride ourselves on being an extremely diverse Catholic high school. We know that no two students, no two families are the same. This diversity is made possible because our community cares so deeply that a Mater Dei education be made available to our youth, despite financial circumstances. So no matter what you hear from social media, the blogs, your friends, your child's friends, Mater Dei High School does not offer academic or athletic scholarships. What we do provide is financial aid, which is awarded solely on a family's income, expenses, and ability to qualify. Financial aid is for tuition. It's not for books, it's not for uniforms, technology, or other fees for athletics, for performing arts. It's not a loan, and it's not guaranteed year after year. I too sat in your shoes, albeit 4 years ago. It flew by. And I was thinking with my husband, wow, high school is expensive. And I work here, and I know it's expensive, and it's a sacrifice, especially in times of a pandemic when we are all uncertain about our future. But we at Mater Dei High School have made a deep commitment, a firm commitment, to continuing our financial aid program so that those students who desire a quality Catholic education and who qualify can make it possible. So here's where you're going to take some notes. Applications for the 2021 school year are going to be made available in about the next 3 weeks on the admissions website. You can create an account through our website, which will then you can create your admissions account on our website, which will then link you to FACTS, which is an independent company that processes our financial aid applications. This is a first come, first serve process, so the sooner you can take part in it, the better. It's also important to note that the application process is totally different than the financial aid process. They're two separate programs. You must be accepted into Mater Dei before you receive your financial aid grant from the school. We strongly advise you to work concurrently between the admissions and the financial aid applications. I know that we're providing you with a lot of information here tonight. However, I want you to know that our business office, our admissions office, is here to help you throughout this entire process. And here's one tip. Again, I work here, and even 4 years ago, sitting in your shoes, I made the Mater Dei admissions website my best friend. So I encourage you to do the same. Thank you all for giving of your time this evening to be here in, albeit a very different environment. We look forward to seeing all of you next year, and go Monarchs. Thank you.
Breaking news. The first death from coronavirus here in the United States.
Pandemic. The World Health Organization confirmed today
schools will remain physically closed until the end of the school year.
Hundreds of protesters had gathered here, and now police are trying to push them back.
Good evening, parents, and thank you for the opportunity to speak about Mater Dei athletics. What a privilege it is to be standing up here as the director of what is arguably the best high school athletic program in the country. My name is Amanda Waters, and not only am I the director of athletics here at Mater Dei, I am also a proud parent of an 8th grader. So while I'm up here on stage, I could very easily be where you are right now. So if you'll bear with me, let me offer a little advice on considering high schools. In addition to the academics and support services, you must also consider the importance of being involved in extra and co-curricular programs, which are essential in the formation of children. There are many things you can learn from being involved in these programs: team building, leadership, mentorship, friendship, overcoming adversity, challenging each other, supporting each other, and gaining knowledge from legendary coaches. I can sit up here and impress you with the fact that Mater Dei has the best athletic program in the country, with 8 Olympians, 2 Heisman Trophy winners, 360 league championships, 17 Gatorade State Players of the Year, 111 CIF championships, 5 Gatorade National Players of the Year, and 9 national championships. The bar is set high, and our student athletes continuously reach that bar, not only in athletics, but also in the classroom. Excellence is demanded on the field, in the pool, on the court, as well as in the classroom. For many, Mater Dei athletics can be intimidating, and there is much misinformation out there. Many young athletes question whether or not they can compete. There's a myth that you need to be 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, and run a 4.340 to play football, or 6'5" and a 40-inch vertical to make the basketball team. While those qualities certain wouldn't hurt you at all, they're not necessary to have an awesome experience at Mater Dei. Take Brett Bonani, who was 5'10", 140-pound freshman when he arrived here 10 years ago. He left a 6'3" All-American water polo player who recently competed in the Olympics in Rio. Or most people don't know that Matt Leinart played baseball his whole life until he was in high school. And there's no way he would have thought that if he tried football at 14 years old, he would win both a Rose Bowl and a Heisman Trophy in the same year. I asked myself, would my sons be able to play at such a prestigious school? My answer to that question after being here for 4 months is without a doubt, yes. The level of coaching, strength and conditioning, caring, compassion, and growth that these athletes have the opportunity for is second to none. I know for some of you it's a tough choice to decide where to send your children for high school. You've already heard from our other programs, and you will not be disappointed. You'll learn the value of playing for something bigger than yourself and the importance of serving others. We pride ourselves on the fact that 60% of our student athletes have a 3.5 GPA or above. And as I mentioned previously, I have an 8th grader as well. So I base my knowledge not only as the director of athletics, but also as an incoming freshman parent. Having been here since only July and not even seen a sport play a game as of yet, I can tell you that I 100% want my children to come here. Mater Dei is so much more than statistics. Mater Dei is a family, a strong alumni base who are proud to be Monarchs. I did not go here as a student, but I'm excited for the opportunity for my 2 boys who will be Monarchs. On Thursday, you'll have the opportunity to speak with our coaches via Zoom meetings. You can sign up through the information that was already given to you. This will be a great opportunity to ask some of those questions that you may have. Please also mark your calendars that December 8th, we have our athletics information night, where you'll get full information on athletics. As I mentioned earlier about our coaches, one of those coaches is here with me tonight. He is legendary, and I am humbled and honored to introduce you to 2-time national champion, Mater Dei alum, best voice in high school football in the country, and recent Emmy Award winner, our head football coach, Bruce Rollinson.
How are we doing tonight? I'm coming at you in a different angle tonight. All of you know the longevity that I've been here, and people ask me all the time, what makes Mater Dei so special? Why would I send my child to Mater Dei? I think if I briefly tell my story, I think you'll have a better understanding. In 1963, as an 8th grader at Holy Family, do we have any Holy Family cars? Give me a beep. Yes, yes. At Holy Family, my parents told me I was going to Mater Dei. Now you're going 1963. Is he that old? Yeah, I'm that old. I didn't want to go to Mater Dei. It was the last place on earth I wanted to go to. All my neighborhood friends were from Garden Grove and Orange, and we were all going to go to Orange High and play football together. That was my dream. And I fought my parents constantly about it, but obviously I lost the battle. But fast forward 1 year at the end of my freshman year, and I was hooked. Why was I hooked? Because I realized, even at that young age, that people cared about me. They cared about my other friends and students. They were here to help you have success and watch you be a success. Nothing has changed today. We care about every one of your students. 4 years after playing Trojan football and graduating from USC, I came back home to Mater Dei as a proud alumnus to coach and teach. Yes, if you're trying to do the math, that's 44 years ago. The school has grown, but the core values have not changed. It was a little bigger than when I left after high school. But the core values of Catholic education, community service, enhanced academics, superior athletics, and great educators. And again, a staff who cared about every individual student. Along the way, during those 44 years, Lori, my wife, and I had 2 daughters who went through here. So now I'm putting on my parent hat. So I've been an alumnus, I've been a football player, an athlete, okay? Now I'm back, and now I'm a parent. Caroline, our oldest, the class of '05, was heavily involved in journalism. She became editor of the school newspaper, and I truly believe it's one of the reasons why she was accepted to Notre Dame University. Catherine, who graduated in the class of '09, was heavily involved in student government. She will become the senior class president in her final year. I believe that's what made her be allowed to enter USC. So now look at my house. I went to SC, Catherine went to SC, my wife went to Notre Dame, my oldest daughter went to Notre Dame. My oldest daughter married a Notre Damer. My youngest daughter, Catherine, married an SC graduate assistant. So it's still tied. But I've got 5 grandchildren, future monarchs, and I will brainwash them to become Trojans. 32 years ago, I became the head football coach. We've done pretty good. We've won a few games, got a few titles along the way. But what I'm most proud of is that we have reestablished the traditions of the great Monarchs teams of the past. We have also graduated men of integrity, character, and leadership. Again, this is what Modern Day is all about. This is why this school is so special. In conclusion, I'm going to ask you, I want you to ask yourself, do I want to become part of this great tradition? Do I want to surround my child with other students, teachers, and administrators who will care about them on a daily basis and watch them have success and desire for them to be successful? If the answer is yes, come join us and be part of this great high school. God bless and go Monarchs. Rock and roll, baby.
I am Jeanette Costa, and along with my partner in crime, who you can't see, is Mrs. Diana Neustadt. We run the Modern Day Activities Program. And you've heard over and over again tonight that one of the most important things in a high school career is to get involved. And I'm going to tell you about a little bit different way that we have here at Modern Day for you to get involved, because we have fun all day, every day. The pun on day. Got it. Good. All right. First off, we oversee some of the non-CIF sports, which this year includes our sailing, which is one of the top teams in the state. We have a surf team who competes with over 30 students of all ages. And esports. Do I have any gamers out there? Okay. That's okay. We do have esports. It's comprised of 5 different gaming teams. Each team has their own coach. And right now we have a Fortnite team that can't be beat. In addition to those teams, we have our academic teams. This would consist of our mock trial, Model United Nations, academic decathlon, JSA, speech and debate, robotics. Each of these teams has a dedicated practice session a coach, and they compete on a yearly basis. And all of these encourage freshmen to be a part of their academic and sports teams. In addition, we also have 85 student-run clubs, which offer everything from our Disney Club to our Spike Ball Club. And even in the time of COVID, these have been meeting and holding events. Any student is able to submit an application for a new club at the beginning of the school year. The Activities Department is also the cornerstone for our student government, which we call ASB, Associated Student Body. We have approximately 400 students in ASB who plan and execute over 150 activities throughout the school year. Some of them on the slides you're seeing on the screen. We do dances, rallies, holiday activities, Red Ribbon Week, student cheering section, class bonding activities, and the list goes on and on and on. If you are interested in applying for our ASB program, please fill out the incoming freshman interest form located on the Mater Dei website, and ASB applications will be sent out in May and June of 2021. In addition, our ASB leaders will be hosting Zoom information meetings in the spring to answer any questions you might have regarding Mater Dei activities and ASB. At Mater Dei, we are here to make your high school experience one of a kind, and our activities are consistently changing, adapting, and growing to meet the needs of our kids. Please take a look at the information that we've put in your handouts, and feel free to contact either myself or Mrs. Neustadt about any of the programs I've discussed here tonight. And now, please welcome back to the stage, there she is, my dear friend, the Director of Campus Ministry, the one, the only, Miss Helen Steves. Give her a honk. Honk for Miss Steves.
I don't know about you, but I'm very inspired. I want to come here to school and be a student. But for 30 years, I've been here, and I want to keep staying. My friends, it truly is the best of the best. But allow me to take a few minutes to tell you about the gift of campus ministry here at Mater Dei, because we believe that campus ministry is the underlying energy that prevails throughout this entire campus and beyond. It shows its face in prayer and in service. It shows its face in kindness and compassion, in equity and in justice. It shows its face in patience and genuine concern for one another. This life breath comes through the actions of our entire community. We are a family dedicated to the Mother of God, Mary, Mater Dei. This energy is fostered through the dedication of our Religious Studies Department and through the events of campus ministry and the numerous service clubs here at Mater Dei. Under the umbrella of campus ministry, our retreat director, Mrs. Kendra Hart, leads an extraordinary program. Even though the retreats have taken on a different face this year, there are still numerous, wonderful, creative opportunities for our young people to deepen their faith through the Mater Dei retreat experience. And my friends, they'll be there for you when you come and join us. Our Christian service program, under the direction of Mrs. Stephanie Hopkins, while it is a graduation requirement, we work hard to instill in our students that service is a way of life, where we faithfully respond to the message of the gospel. This past year, it has been so inspiring for me to hear and witness of the numerous ways our Mater Dei students have responded in service during this time of COVID. This challenge will be yours when you're part of our community. But here at Mater Dei, we also have numerous opportunities for prayer and worship. Each class begins with prayer. Our student leadership team leads us daily in school-wide prayer. This year, we have praise and worship during the midday under one of the tents. Opportunities for all school masses and the Sacrament of Reconciliation are being looked at creatively as we embrace the limitations of large group gatherings. All the information that I shared with you now, and a great deal more, can be found on our recently updated website, and we invite you and encourage you to email us, but especially invite you to join us via Zoom on Thursday evening. My friends, we are blessed to be part of this extraordinary community, and it will be our honor to have you with us and join us for the classes of 2026, 27. God bless you all, and thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is such an honor and a pleasure to have you here. You've heard some incredible stories tonight from students, from faculty, and I need to let you know, after 17 years of being here, every single one of them is true. From athletics to academics, and now me speaking here on the arts after the beautiful words from Miss Helen Steeves. This is a campus for every student. And what I love about the arts is it offers an opportunity for each and every student that is out there. One of my favorite stats that I need to share with you is that over 50% of our student athletes on this campus are also part of the arts programs. I know that's always a fear when you come to Mater Dei, that you're going to be pigeonholed into one event. But what is beautiful about this campus is the overarching holistic approach we take to student education here. Now, you should all have in your little bags a brochure here from the arts program. Everything that you need to know about our arts. All the programs in the theater arts classes, our movement arts classes, which now include yoga as part of our curriculum, our film and media arts program, our visual arts program, the choral and vocal music program, and our incredible instrumental music program. All of the information is in there for you to share. One of the great joys that we have each year is sharing with your students, those of you that are in cars right now, in a lot of our Junior Monarch programs. And that includes our Junior High Honor Choir, our Mini Monarch Dance Camp, the Music Academy through the Instrumental Music Program, and so many other opportunities with summer programs and events through our theater program. So I implore you to get involved. I encourage you to jump in, because now is the time to start. And what I love about this time, about this incredible time where we have faced incredible obstacles, is that the community that the arts bring us together with makes us stronger, makes us bolder, and makes us braver. Now, you've heard a lot from my adults tonight and our incredible ASB president, but I thought I would leave you with some encouraging words from our student artists who could say it the best way as possible. So I direct you to the screen tonight to enjoy the incredible, encouraging words of our student artists.
Can I tell like a personal story? Okay. It's just, there's no words I can say that would slightly encompass how impactful and meaningful the art really is.
I love my teammates. They're like my sisters.
There's a lot of talent that we have on campus, and I just find I love seeing others succeed in it.
Through theater, I've been able to experience like so much personal growth, but also so much community.
God has given me so much, and I can give back in this little way.
I like to dance because I just love the way it makes me feel, because I feel like the truest version of myself.
I feel like you can interact with anyone from the world through music.
I'm James Mitchell,
and singing changed my life.
Dancing changed my life.
Music changed my life.
Theater changed my life.
Dancing changed my life.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are so excited you came to hear more about Mater Dei and our wonderful programs. I do want to thank some people, our administration, our faculty and staff who are here with you tonight, our students, our proud pack moms who are here with us, who helped stuff all those swag bags with delicious cookies and more. And we want to thank you for taking time out of your evening to visit us and hear more about us. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Let's find out who's going home with our Nike swag bag. We thought about announcing Instagram names, but thought that may not be the best idea. So if you hear your name called, make sure you honk your horn loud and proud so we can get this swag bag out to you. Is Samantha Lopez from El Sol Academy here? All right.
Keep honking straight ahead.
Keep honking so she knows where to find you.
You guys, thank you so much. And Monarchs, start your engines. Security will follow you out right over here. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much.